Welcome in all my friends. Lazy Retired Granny here. Okay, this video is for Mike. He wanted me to do a video on my knitting. Now, I have never done this before, so this is a first for me. So bear with me. So what I am doing, I'm just making a little like throw rug for Ellie to lay on, and I'm using willow sudsy, which is a cotton yarn. Let me get my readers on here. Okay, made in Turkey, 85% cotton and 15% polyester. And I bought this at it's online. I forgot the name of it. I'll remember and tell you. But yeah, it's just yarn that I have. I don't know what to do with it, and so I just kind of wing it. So what I did, I took this pattern, and this is one that Smells Like Yarn posted. He made it up, and it's supposed to be a little mat for your coffee cup, but I enlarged it. And it's a pretty simple pattern, which is the kind I like. So all you do is knit and purl. Okay, so for the little mat, he says cast on 25 stitches. Your first row you knit 1, purl 1, and repeat until you get to the end, and you end it with knit 1. Row 2, you knit all the stitches. And you just repeat those 2 rows until it's as big as you want it, I guess. And then you repeat row 1 to end it off, and then you bind off. And he says, cast on any odd number of stitches to make a smaller or larger beans, and knit until your desired length. So that's basically what I did. I just cast on a bunch of stitches, and which is going to be pretty good size actually for her. And because I have so much of this, it came in a 6-pack. Yeah, I'm just doing this until I run out of yarn, I guess, and I guess it'll be big enough. So I've already used 1 skein of this, which is about this much. And now I started skein 2. So that is Hirschner's is where I bought this. If you haven't been to Hirschner's webpage, I'll try and link it down below. Generally, when I was buying yarn, I haven't bought yarn in a long time now because, yeah, I could have started my own store. And I donated a lot of it, or I rehomed it actually. But I still have a bunch that I'm trying to get through. No more yarn for me until I've gone all the way through all of my yarn that I still have in my stash. So, yeah. So, let's see. All right, so let's get started. And Hirschner's is having sales all the time. They're really a good company. And I think they ship to Canada. I don't know if they ship overseas, but okay, so here we go. So I have my little marker here, and that tells me that on this side, I am going to be knit, purl, that row. Then when I go on the other row, that's all knit. So that's how I mark my knitting. And this is probably a good first-timer YouTuber knitting. So here we go, Mike. Now, I do knit English style. And I am just pulling it out. I don't have to skein it up or anything, which could be, you know, another video. So here we go. So I knit and then I purl. And if you do not know how to knit and purl, okay, so purl, your yarn goes over here and you put the needle in and then pass it over and then out. And then to purl, you put it on the other side and you go in this way and take it off the needle. Let me see if I can get this down a little bit. Maybe you can see it a little bit better. I don't know. I'm going to assume you all know how to do this. Okay, so here we go again. So yeah, so I'm just knitting and purling. Usually I do this on my lap, so rather than on the table. And I think I'm kind of a loose knitter, so yeah, I'm not a tight knitter at all. So yeah, so we'll just continue on here. I guess, Mike, if you want to know what I'm doing, you'll stop the video and start the video. I hope you can see this. This is very odd to me to be doing my knitting this way. And I am using circular needles because I have a lot of stitches on here. So I'm not using my straight needles. I use my straight needles for small projects. Okay, so what do I talk about? I guess I can show you some other stitches. Let me know if you want to see anything else. If you want to know how to knit two together, drop stitches, bind off, bind on, or cast on, I mean. I can show that. I have projects where you are in the middle of the project and then you have to bind off so many stitches. That was the one that I just did. Let's see, yarn overs. What other stitches are there? A good place that I go to, well, I always go to, I should say, if I forget how to do a stitch, because some stitches you don't use all the time, and I go to Berry Pink Knits. I think she's a very good teacher. She's got thousands of videos, how-tos, and all kinds of stuff. And sometimes she's done reviews of different knitting things, tools and whatnot. But that's where I go. It's the only YouTube I do for my knitting when I want to know how to do something. Because in my opinion, man, how she shows it, yeah, is excellent. I think I've got about, I don't know how many stitches on here, 160 or so, I don't know. But I do these easy peasy projects because when I watch TV, I knit. When I diamond paint, I watch YouTube. I'm a creature of habit. And because some of my projects do need my concentration sometimes, yeah, that's why I watch TV. And usually I watch repeats of stuff that I've already watched, because then I can concentrate on my knitting and, you know, I know what's going on in the show. But kind of like when we're diamond painting and watching a YouTube video, you look up when, you know, they say they want you to see something. Or they go, uh-oh, I just laid down all the drills. Then you got to look over and see what they did and chuckle, because it's like, oh, I do that. And I highly recommend going to, if you're a newbie at knitting, I highly recommend Ross's patterns, because they are simple, easy to understand. I got all his patterns. And he also has crochet patterns, but sorry, I don't crochet. I cannot figure it out. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. And if you want to try this pattern, I would recommend just doing the 25 stitches and making you something little. You always start little, right? And work your way up to bigger projects. I am famous for frogging, which means that I may get a long ways in a pattern and decide I don't like it for whatever reason. It's just not what I had envisioned. I'm using the wrong yarn. I just don't like it. You know, who knows? And yeah, I'll take it out. Doesn't matter how far I am in the pattern. I could be halfway done with this. Like right now, if I decided, I don't like this, it's out of here, I would just rip it out and start a new pattern. All right, so we're coming to the last few stitches. And so we're going to end with a knit. Okay, now we're to the end. All right, now the next row is knit. So that's simple. Whoops. Like I said, I am not used to knitting at a desk. I'm trying to be productive today, but I did a whip and chat this morning. I finished that square on the palace, so I've moved over. And I went and checked the mail. It said we had a package, but there wasn't anything there, so I don't know what they were talking about. And maybe they're going to deliver it at the door rather than the mailbox. We have, sometimes the mail carrier will, if it's too big, he'll bring it up to the door because it won't fit in the mailbox. But sometimes he doesn't even have it with him and it's delivered by a different mail carrier. So you just never know. And then sometimes Amazon will give it to the post office to deliver rather than them delivering it. And I'm really surprised they didn't do that with my order because I just ordered some toothpaste for Ellie and it's supposed to be here today. I ordered it yesterday, but you know, it's just a small package. But it could be that other people have ordered from Amazon and they're just going to deliver everything at the same time. Yeah, between me and my son David, my son and daughter-in-law upstairs, yeah, Amazon's here all the time. We're Amazon junkies. And I do not follow anybody on YouTube anymore that knits. Smells Like Yarn decided to go over to TikTok and post over there, and I am not a TikToker. I don't understand TikTok, and usually TikTok videos are short, and they just keep replaying. And so it's hard when you're trying to diamond paint and watch TikTok because you're constantly having to click on the next video. Yeah, so I'm not much of a TikToker. Every once in a while I'll go on Instagram and see who's posted what, just to, you know, get in on the gossip. But I don't even think I've posted on Instagram. I wouldn't even know how. Well, I think my son has it set up, but yeah, I don't know. I do YouTube. I'm a YouTuber. I don't even do Facebook that often anymore. Boy, this is hard to knit this way. So anyway, that's that. Let's see, what else can I talk about? I used to belong to Mary Maxim's yarn clubs, but yeah, I just started getting so much yarn that I wasn't even using, and yeah. Maybe if I ever run out of yarn, I will do that again, but the thing I like about Hirschner's is that they have the, you know, they have sales all the time, and then free shipping sometimes if you order, you know, 30 bucks or more, and or free shipping or $1.99 shipping. Yeah, I really like Hirschner's. Now, if you're a crocheter, I recommend watching Crystal over at Bago Day. She does thousands of tutorials. Whatever you want to make, she'll show you how. And from what I've heard, she's a really good teacher. She has over 1 million subscribers. Yeah. A crochet channel has over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. She's been on YouTube, I think, for like 10 years. Yeah. And we're just about to the end. So there we go. So now we're ready for our next row, which is knit one, purl one. And that's what the front looks like, and that's what the back looks like. You could have it either way, right? Maybe that's the front, and that's the back. Whatever your preference is. I think this is the front. That's the back. Yeah, this is the front. Okay, so Mike, there you go. So if anybody is interested in me doing more of these, let me know. Yeah, this is what I'm working on right now. I can do whip and chats and knit. So it's not very big yet. I got a long ways to go. So, well, there you go. Thanks for stopping by, and I will put the links below for, let's see, I can do the link for Smells Like Yarn, his channel, and I think on his channel, if you click on something, it'll take you to his pages where you can get patterns and whatnot, and he's got knit and crochet patterns. And all of his old videos are still up. He also diamond paints. I'll share the link to Very Pink Knits and to Crystal over at Bago Day if you want to check her out and her patterns for crochet. Now, she only crochets. Now, she also does tons of unboxing for yarn. She buys yarn from all over the world. And I mean all over the world. And she buys all of her own yarn. She is not sponsored by anyone. She does not do PR packs. She also unboxes accessories and whatnot for crocheting. So you could be on her channel for, you know, the next who knows long watching all those. Yeah, she also does charity auctions. Those are interesting. She's doing one now, and everything goes to a dog shelter place. So last time, I think it was, she raised over $30,000 just doing an online or a YouTube auction. Yeah. So I think her goal this time is $50,000. So that's it. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this. And yeah, so thanks for stopping by and visiting with me. And I will chat with you later.